What's happening, guys? It's your girl Mina. Welcome back to my channel. Manchester United are officially out of the Champions League. Not only are they officially out, they did it with records. 15 goals conceded in the group stage. First English team to do so. Rock bottom of the table with 4 points out of what? 18? If I'm not wrong. 4 points out of 18 points. Another record. Worst Champions League campaign since 2005, 2006. 2005, 2006, we finished 6 points and we only finished fourth because of not even goal difference. It was head-to-head. It was because of head-to-head. We finished with less points than our worst campaign in 2005, 2006. Not only that, Erik ten Hag is officially the worst performing manager post Sir Alex Ferguson. David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Oli, Ragnick, all them guys. Erik ten Hag is officially the worst performing manager in the Champions League post Sir Alex Ferguson. Guys, this manager is out of his depth. He's out of his depth. I can try find some positives in this, but honestly, I'm just being a psychopath at that point. At this point, if I am finding some positives in this, I am being a psycho. This was a horrid performance. And when I say horrid, it's not because United were gifting goals and all of that kind of stuff. We were doing nothing. Bayern Munich didn't even get out of second gear. Bayern Munich didn't even get out of second gear. That is now 12 losses in 23 games. We've officially lost more games this season than we've won in all competitions. We've officially lost more than what we have won in all competitions. 12 losses, and we are only in December. Bayern Munich was so laid back that game. Honestly, they looked like they weren't even threatened, even when we had the ball. Honestly, guys, I don't see it getting any better. This manager has to leave. This manager has to go. I think is one of them situations where I'm not even going to say he's out of his depth, but the records keep on recording right now. The records are just stacking up at this point. 15 goals. First English team, 15 goals in the group stages. There is not one positive from this. This is an embarrassing Champions League campaign. And anybody that thinks that they can defend the manager, Andre Onana, that goal, Coman's goal, forget as if we were even doing anything in the game. But let's talk about the goal. Evans steps up, Varane steps up, Wan-Bissaka keeping everybody onside, keeping everyone onside. Onana did his little shake thing that he does on the line. At least, just make yourself big. Come out, make yourself. That's it. If it's a goal, it's a goal. But at least try and contest it. He didn't even try to do that. Just stuck on the line like his feet is glued there. Scotty too, not Hottie. I don't know how this guy keeps playing. Diogo Dalot, I get it. We're thin on injuries, but I'd rather have seen Reguilon go to left back when Wan-Bissaka came on. Honestly, guys, I'd rather have seen Reguilon go to left back instead of Dalot. Luke Shaw for me was abysmal all game. He was not good. So when he went off in injury, I was like, okay, cool. I hope it's not a long-term injury. But let me just say one thing, guys. Let me just say one thing that I realized when Johnny Evans came on. And I tweeted it. If you follow me, here's my at MinaFootball on Twitter. Erik ten Hag, this was the final straw for me, guys. Erik ten Hag, for so long, told us that Johnny Evans played over Raphael Varane at left centre-back because he likes his angles. He likes his left-sided centre-back to be left-footed, and he likes his right-sided centre-back to be right-footed. So today, he abandoned that. He put Varane at left-sided centre-back and he put Maguire at right-sided centre-back. However, when Maguire went off to injury and Evans came on, Evans was playing right-sided and Varane was playing left-sided. This is the same person that Erik ten Hag told us cannot play on the left-hand side because he likes his angles. He likes, miss me with that shit. Absolutely miss me with that. There is, if anyone can tell me a positive, that we can take from this, please let me know. Please let me know, because I feel like, for so long throughout this entire campaign, going into this group stage, Manchester United were expected at least to finish second, not to finish fourth in the group. They were not expected to finish fourth in the group. Not only that, with 4 points. Do you know how embarrassing that is? The last time we finished fourth, at least we finished with 6 points. At least we had more draws than losses. At least we had more draws than losses in 2005, 2006. Yeah? This time round, we could only get 1 win and 1 draw and 4 losses. That is honestly poor. Rasmus Højlund, brother thought this was WrestleMania. He was, you know what, yeah? The entire first half, he was in a physical battle with Upamecano and Kim Min-jae. Inevitably, I could see he weren't winning that battle. Stop trying to go toe-to-toe with them physically and try go toe-to-toe with them technically. Playing back to goal the entire time. That's it. That's it. I get it. United had a thin bench. We looked to see that Erik ten Hag looked to his bench. He brought on Hannibal and Palestri, the same kid Hannibal, who he has not played in how long? You just throw him in to a Champions League game. Okay, you ain't got any options, but I would honestly rather you not put him on, because just like Varane, you're throwing him out cold in a must-win Champions League game. It's poor. It's honestly poor, and we have to let's put aside. If we put aside the problems at the club, yeah, let's put aside the issues of the club, and we just solely focus on talking about football. Yeah, just talk about football. I can't get behind this manager because this is not acceptable. Why should we be happy with 12 losses in 23 games? Why should we be happy with this sort of Champions League campaign where we didn't even try to compete? We didn't even try to compete. If the manager can turn this around, I'll be very shocked. But the fact that Maguire's out, probably injured, and Luke Shaw, what backline are we going to Anfield with on the weekend? That's what I want to know. What sort of backline are we going to Anfield with on the weekend? Big up to Aminor, says Mina, Cecil and Lee Judge just ran UVHQ and laughed. Don't blame them. I would too. If I was an opposing fan, I would too. Big up to everyone in the chat. Be sure to hit the like button, of course. Let me know your thoughts about the game. I'm going to try get round to a lot of the comments as much as I can. So please bear with me if I don't. Big up to Adol, says 1 positive, 1 less game a week. The club's still rebuilding. United fans expected a rebuild within any faults. Look at Pep Klopp's Arteta's first 2 seasons, plus look at the squad. We're dead. Bun Glazers. That's true. That's true. That is true. That was the most depressing UV watch along, Mina. Is this the worst United campaign ever? I can't say ever, but I know it's the worst one post Sir Alex Ferguson, and I know it's the worst campaign since 2006. And even in the 2005-2006 season, Manchester United finished with 6 points. They finished rock bottom, but they had a bit of dignity and finished with 6 points in comparison to this 4 points and 15 goals conceded. That is the worst. That is honestly so horrible. We knew Erik ten Hag was stubborn before we hired him, but wow, even in the face of losing, no tactical change. He looks at his bench and there's nothing there. Like, guys, let's be for real. Like, there's no striker on the bench. Everybody looked gassed out by the 65th minute. By the 70th minute, everybody pretty much looked gassed out. Amrabat can walk away from that performance with his head up. I'm not gonna lie, he could walk away with his head up. But there's no one else. Bruno Fernandes, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Let's talk about Bruno Fernandes for just one moment, because he got slapped in the face, or he got hit in the face in the middle of a counter. It wasn't a counter, it was a build-up. Man United build-up. United had lost the ball. He lost the ball because he got hit in the face. He went down. Ref didn't stop it. United win the ball back. Garnacho tries to pass it into the space that Bruno's in, thinking Bruno's going to get up. He's still getting up slowly and complaining to the ref. He's complaining. This is a must-win game. This is a must-win game. Even if you got choke slammed, bro, just get back up. Just get back up. Honestly, just get back up. Especially when this is, you know what? If we had won and we still went out, at least we went down fighting. At least we put up a fight. How many games have we lost at Old Trafford this season? The place that was a fortress last year that we were bragging about, telling teams, come beat us at home, And now it's a common thing. That's a common thing, getting beaten at home. It's common, it happens. It's a miracle if we win at home at this point. because people are coming and beating us at home like normal. Champions League football at Old Trafford, and teams are rolling over us like that. They're just rolling over like that. For me, the manager today, I'm sorry, there is only so much I can take. There's only so much I can take seeing Scott McTominay playing game in, game out. I can't, guys, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. This manager is out of his depth. Not only is he out of his depth, he's got 400 plus million in signings. I don't know what they've contributed to us. I don't know what the hell they've contributed. Name me one signing, bar Lisandro Martinez, yeah? Name me one signing this season, and you can't even include Lisandro Martinez in that because he's been out for predominantly most of the season so far. But name me one Ten Hag signing that has actually been a bright spark this year. Please, someone just tell me one. Mount has been injured. I've barely seen Mount. I couldn't even tell you how many games he's played. Rasmus Højlund in the Premier League hasn't scored a goal yet. And in the Champions League, he got 5 goals, which means nothing for us. We're out of the Champions League. It means nothing. It means nothing. It's like he can walk away with his 5 goals of the season, but that's it. Andre Onana probably single-handedly has cost us the Champions League. I'll say he cost us 2 games. I won't say he cost us the entire Champions League campaign, but I will say that he's cost 2 games at least of the campaign, easily. Without actually Bayern Munich. Am I harsh and am I being too nice by saying he's cost us 2 games? Bayern Munich, Galatasaray, he's cost us the campaign. Honestly, to concede 15 goals in a group stage, some teams don't even concede 15 goals in that entire Champions League campaign. Yeah, they don't even concede 15 in an entire Champions League campaign, and we conceded 15 in the group stage alone. This manager has had that much money to spend. Anthony, you know what? Anthony, today he did a little bit of defensive work. He done a bit of defensive work. But man, oh man, is this how low our standards are when we praise a winger for defending? And other clubs have wingers that are scoring and getting assists. And we're praising our winger for defending. The bar is on the floor at this point. Honestly, the bar is on the floor. I'm not even kidding. The bar is actually so low that I don't see the bar getting any higher. For me, players are an issue in it, but we've been knowing that. And I think, and you don't know what I think about the players. I think some of these are clowns. They're jokes. They're joke men. They're not good enough to play. They're not good enough to play. But why on earth has the manager continued to set up the way he had? Today, Bayern Munich were not good, guys. Bayern Munich was not good, yeah? Amrabat single-handedly was trying to deal with the midfield. But after the 65th, 70th minute, when he picked up his yellow card after Jamal Musiala was running rings around him, he looked like he was gassed out. You take off Raphael Varane, and you put Amrabat at centre-back and you bring on Kobbie Mainoo. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. It makes 0 sense to me. If you lot can make sense of it, big up to you lot. But for me, it sounds like a different language. That sounds like a mad language. We have signed players that can barely get off the flipping injury bed, if there's any such thing. They're spending more time in the doctor's office like this is playground. They're spending more time in the first aid room. Honestly, how have the club even allowed Manchester United to go and sign players that have all these long-term injury issues? We had no striker options on the bench. We had none whatsoever. Martial, Rashford, both out with illness, is what it is. Yeah? Rasmus Højlund suddenly can play a full 90, even though the last couple games the manager's been saying he can't play full 90. But when your back is against the wall and you have no other option, he can play a 90. Make it make sense. Honestly, make it make sense. For me, I think Erik Ten Hag is out of his depth. I think for me, if this was any other manager, previous managers, Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, 12 losses in 23 games is not acceptable. That is not good enough. That is not good. And we can sit here and talk about the Glazers. We can sit here and talk about recruitment. We can sit here. Where's the style of football or the style of the identity on the pitch? Where is it? Where is it? Today, Bruno dropped a bit deeper. I think that could work better for us in the future, but not at the flipping expense of Scott McTominay playing. I don't want to see Scott McTominay playing, so Bruno has to play deeper. Put Bruno in the 10 and play Kobbie Mainoo. Play Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo had 2 good appearances and then suddenly didn't sniff the pitch again. And then you bring him on today. Please, can someone honestly make it make sense to me? It absolutely makes no sense. It makes no sense. And let's be real. Let's be honest with ourselves, yeah, because Adil says it here. You can't have a style of play with dead players. You can have a style of play with dead players because it's possible. It might not be at the best ability and it might not be 10 out of 10 as it would be with your senior players. But if you have a grasp of your tactical setup and your philosophy, you're a teacher, if you can teach it to people, the levels of understanding will be a bit different, but people will still understand it, if that makes sense. So for example, Manchester United, we were told that we will play better build-up football when we have a sweeper keeper. We were told sweeper keeper, better football from the back. My guy was hoofing it to Garnacho every time. And Garnacho's in a flipping aerial duel with Mazraoui or Lamar or whoever it was playing right back each time. He was in a physical aerial duel every single time. What happened to playing out from the back? We weren't even being pressed. We weren't even being pressed. Andre Onana in the back line was not even being pressed. Bayern Munich was sat back. If the style of football by the manager includes playing out from the back with a sweeper keeper, this sweeper keeper ideology, modern day goalkeeper, then let's do it. Teach your ideology to everyone. They might not do it amazing, but they should be able to do it to a good enough standard. And someone actually said it earlier in the stream, is that Ten Hag brought players because he didn't know that Arnold, Murto, etc. wouldn't be able to offload them. They are failures themselves too. Them 2 guys, they're failures to the clubs. Sitting down with fans, yeah, but prior to the season, talking about, oh, we ain't got no money, but we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. They're clowns themselves. You couldn't even negotiate good enough deals to get rid of Henderson or bring in money for whoever, Maguire, McTominay, whoever it was that you were gonna sell. You couldn't even do that. So in a way, they did fail the manager, but the manager chose to buy these players. The criticism for me, based on playing style, goes to the manager, but then based on implementing this playing style, goes on the players. And for me, it's just unsustainable at this point. It's unsustainable. I can't look past, guys. I cannot look past 12 losses in 23 games. I can't look. Maybe some of you guys can, but I can't look past it. Big up to VK. Thank you for the super chat. Says it's 5:20 a.m. Getting ready to head out for work shortly. It will get worse and can only hope changes at director level and football structure will be a real restart, unlike the past 10 years. Be well, Mina and all. Big up to VK. Hope you have a good day at work. I'm sorry for the scoreline. It kind of sucks going to work after you just woke up in the middle of the night to watch your team get knocked out of the Champions League. But I hope you have a good day. Big up and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Bayern were at 20%. Bro, they didn't get second gear. And I felt like we didn't. I felt like even when we had the ball, did any of you guys feel like when United had the ball that they would do anything with it? Because I didn't. I didn't feel like we would do anything with the ball. I didn't feel. Was Manuel Neuer even tested in any way? Bar that Luke Shaw shot that was straight at him and he just punched it out. Bruno over the bar, skied the ball. I don't feel like we ever tested him. Did Rasmus Højlund have any chances on goal? Because we're not creating for him. We ain't creating for him either. Let me look at the stats. Hold on. Let me look at the stats. I don't care about what happened in the Copenhagen game. For me, it's like these are your controllables, and you couldn't even control that. 5 shots on goal and 1 on target. That's poor. That is so bad. 1 shot in 90 minutes. That is so bad. I don't think I've ever 5 shots on goal, 1 on target. Bayern weren't good either. 10 shots, 3 on target. 5 shots and 1. Okay, so apparently Johnny Evans is talking to media right now. He said the 2 away games against Galatasaray and Copenhagen are where we slipped up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Man United have won 7 times at Old Trafford this season, and opponents have won 7 times at Old Trafford this season. 12 of our 7 losses this season, all competitions, 7 of them, more than 50% has come at Old Trafford. So we can't even do the job at home. We can't even do the job at home. It's actually sad. I'm waiting to see Eric Ten Hag's post-match comments. But United have now gone out at the group stage more than any other stage in the Champions League seasons since Sir Alex Ferguson has retired. Bro, the Bayern fans they were so loud through the TV. They were so loud. I could hear them singing "It's Coming Home." I don't know if they're talking about the fact that the Euros is being held there or the fact that, I don't know what that is in referencing, but they were so loud. And I saw that the stadium pretty much emptied out. And when the final whistle was blown, it was pretty much boos all around. Mina, you can say all you want, but honestly, can we really say the players did as much as they could on the pitch? We can blame Ten Hag for all the poor performances, but can we say it's all on him? No, because that's the thing. I feel like the manager's out of his depth, but I think these players are crap too. And some of these players are not good enough, but the manager insistently plays them, and it's like, okay, who else can he play? He's got an injury list that's building up day by day. But why do you insist on playing one holding midfield? You wonder why your midfielder is gassed out. You wonder why Amrabat is gassed out. You wonder why at 70th minute everyone's gassed out. They're covering heaps of space. You'd rather play McTominay as a 10, as this second striker, and play Bruno deeper. Why don't you play Bruno? Just play Bruno in the 10 and just play him and just play someone else. Why do you insist on playing McTominay? I feel like this idea that only one thing is correct is it's not true. I think it's not true. I think, multiple stuff can be true. Yes, okay, the boards suck. The recruitment sucks. Okay, that's all true. Owners suck. That's true. But can we say that the manager's probably out of his depth? I think this season he is. Because I can't see any positives in performances. So I don't know what he's trying to implement into these players. Can I say that the players suck? Yeah, I can say that. Because again, likewise, if the manager is implementing a playing style into these players, then they're the ones that's failing to execute it. So it's one or the other. It can't be that, it cannot be that the manager is implementing the playing style, yeah, and the players are executing it, because that's not true. So which one is it? Is it the fact that the manager is not implementing it and the players are just running around headless, or the manager's implementing it and the players are just running around headless because they cannot fathom the manager's tactics? That's what I would like to know. Which one is it? Because, when you think about the way that United play, there's been no consistent game that we've played. Like, there's been no game, this season where we've played the same way on a consistent game basis. You look at, this kind of sums up our season. We win against Chelsea, then we lose, we get thrashed the next game. It literally sums it up. We just about beat Wolves opening week. We lost to Spurs. We go fighting against Forest. We get slapped by Brighton. It's literally, we win, then we get slapped. We win, then we get slapped. We win, then we get slapped. There's no consistency. And as a result of that, in the consistency of performances, that also reflects in the consistency of lineups. Players are pulling injuries just from nothing. Luke Shaw pulling an injury from what? Harry Maguire, I felt bad for him because he's having a good season. Luke Shaw just came back from injury, by the way, guys. And Eric Ten Hag, the same manager who says that, he's managing Kobbie Mainoo's minutes. Yeah, he says he's managing Kobbie Mainoo's minutes as Kobbie Mainoo has come back from injury. He says that he's managing Rasmus Højlund. That's why Rasmus never played a full 90. Or that's why he was rotated during the beginning of the month when Martial played in the Champions League, yeah? Eric Ten Hag says he's managing people's injuries when they return back. Why has Luke Shaw played 90 minutes in a row? And he's just come back from injury, and now he's got an injury. Like, honestly, things can be questioned about the manager, equally, things can be questioned about the players. Like, you can do both, guys. Let's just make this a safe space for a conversation where we can have beneficial conversations about what the issue is. I don't want anyone to feel like they can't voice their opinion about, they think that the players are the issue, and then vice versa, they think the manager is the issue. You lot can share your opinion, but can I just say that there's been a growing list of things that the manager has said that he contradicts himself. He contradicts himself. And as fans, forget media. Yeah? As fans, you pick up on this kind of stuff, right? You'll pick up on these kind of things. How do you manage certain players' injuries, but then Luke Shaw, then you play him for 4 90s in a row, and then you're shocked that he picks up an injury? You're shocked that why are you not easing him back in? Bear in mind, we got Reguilon, we got Dallo, we got all of that stuff. We have players that could play at left back, centre back. He was so adamant to play Luke Shaw over Varane, because why? Varane can't play left-sided centre back. In a must-win game today, he said it pre-game to TNT Sports. He said we need to defend, and Varane is one of the best defenders in the team. So why have you been leaving him out for so long? As a result, you've been playing Luke Shaw 4 90-minute games in a row. Why? Because of your own ego, because of your own issue that you have with the players. I think questioning him is warranted, but also you don't know where I stand with the players. You guys definitely know where I stand with the players. They suck. 95% of them shouldn't be here. 95% of them shouldn't be here. Other groups had 4 points qualify for Europa League. That's crazy. That's crazy. We came into this group, guys. Everybody was saying we have to come second. We can maybe even finish first. Remember, I know I said that we should finish second. I said that. I said we should finish second. 316 Ten Hag is correct. Best transition and surprise, but all in negative sense. 6 up top, all simply getting into each other's spaces, and the worst press defense structure. 316 is what I play on FIFA, guys. That's what I play on FIFA. In the Premier League, you get run through. Big up to Ed, said celebration time, folks. Here's to no Thursday nights. It's a blessing in disguise, I guess. It's a blessing in disguise. Mina, you need to calm down, because we are out not because of the manager, but because of individual mistakes and poor recovery by the players. Rashford off form was not predicted. The thing is, Rashford being off form, this might sound wild, guys. Rashford being off form makes no difference, because United have been scoring goals in the champs. We've been struggling to score in the Prem, but we've been scoring goals in the champs. Yeah? We've been scoring goals in the champs. So Rashford being out of form hasn't been the biggest issue. You're right in saying individual errors have cost us 100%, but also sloppy football has cost us. Like, let's be real. The Galatasaray, Copenhagen, those are the games that we shouldn't have lost. We should not have lost those games. And some of that is on the manager, but also Andre Onana's errors. Who brought him in? Who pushed? Like, I know I don't want to be that person to mention David De Gea, but really and truly, the way that relationship ended with David De Gea, and then bringing in Andre Onana, at least then let me see us playing out from the back. Let me see that, but we don't see that. We haven't seen that. Andre Onana made probably most of the errors that have led to us getting knocked out of the Champions League. But for me, it's like, leave with some dignity. If today we go into the game knowing that we're getting knocked out of the Champions League, yeah, we're getting knocked out of the Champions League. Let's leave with some honor, let's leave with some dignity, let's leave with some pride. Yeah, we couldn't even do that. Not even at Old Trafford, we couldn't even do that. And who's that down to? That's not down to the manager. That's down to the players. They got no bite in them. This is a must-win Champions League game, and you're playing like that. It's a must-win Champions League, and you are playing like that. It's poor. But one thing I will say is that when I'm criticizing the manager, I'm not saying that we've been knocked out of the Champions League solely because of the manager, but I am questioning some of his decisions. I'm questioning why we are 12 losses in 23 this season, why we are the first English team to concede 15 goals in the group stages. I'm questioning why this is the worst Champions League campaign we've had since 05-06, where we finished rock bottom as well. I'm questioning all of that. Why, after 400 million spent, the only people that started today that the manager has signed is who? Onana, Anthony, Hoyland. Amrabat, yeah, but he's a loan. So 3 out of the starting players are permanent signings that we have in our team. Permanent signings. 3 out of 11. But we've somehow spent 400 and something million in 2 summer transfer windows. Where is that money? Where is it? It's either all injured or, yeah, they're all injured because they ain't on the bench. Because even on our bench, it's pretty thin. The bench is pretty thin as well. So I don't want you guys to feel like I'm blaming all of this on the manager. But I do think this season, the players and the manager are out of their depth, especially this season. I think that they're out of their depth. Big up to MUFC who gifted 5 memberships. 5 memberships, and did say it earlier on today's stream, said if we finish 4th, Mina, I will gift 5 memberships. I don't know why I'm being rewarded for Manchester United finishing 5th, but man or woman of their word, big up. I appreciate it. And whoever got the memberships, congratulations to you, because now you can use these emojis in the chat. You got a bunch of, look at this. This to me sums up, that emoji there sums up today, just how I feel. 2017 with LVG was equally bad when we crashed out of group stage. We didn't finish rock bottom. Crashing out is bad, but I'm pretty sure Manchester United did not finish rock bottom under him. Not Suleiman. Is that Suleiman with the membership? Oh, let me see who got the membership first and foremost. Let me see who got it. Ooh, Suleiman, King, Adal, Paramount. Love it. Congratulations. And of course, big up to MUFC for the gifting the memberships. Under Louis van Gaal, we did not finish 4th. The last time we finished 4th in the group stages, by the way, was 15-16 season. That was the last time, but we did not finish 4th. We didn't finish 4th. I just want you guys to know that. And it's just another record. It's another record in the season. It's another record in the season of the season that just keeps giving. It's the season that keeps giving when it comes to records. What's going to be the next record on the weekend? What record is going to be that? What record will be broken on the weekend? I don't know. What's the worst Premier League loss? Let me see. Worst Premier League loss at Anfield. I want to see what the worst Premier League loss at Anfield is ever. It's not showing me. I can't see what the worst loss is. I can't see. I don't know if it's 7. It's 7-0 was the worst defeat United have ever had. That was the worst. God damn. I don't even want to think about that, man. I don't even want to. Let me not think about it too much. Big up Walashe. A shame. This club is trash, man. It is what it is. It's one of them ones where we got to ride the no, I hate that term. We have to ride the storm. I can't stand it. That's all I've been hearing this season. Ride the storm. We have to ride the storm, but at some point you have to get off. It's a choice. It's like you go on a roller coaster. You're not tied to it by your feet and your hands. You have the choice to come off it. I feel like this season, and it's so funny because I said it at the beginning of the season. I said it's gonna get worse. I said it was gonna get worse. But I didn't think it was gonna get this much worse. I'm not even using proper English. That's how you know that I've just lost it all. I've lost the faith. I've lost everything. I've lost every belief that I have in the team. Never had much in the players, but I had a little bit of belief in the manager. You lot saw my stream before the game. I said 1% belief, 99% faith. I don't even have that anymore. And yesterday, the day before, I was saying that I was, very much in the middle. I'm not Ten Hag in, but I'm not Ten Hag out. Today, I feel like he is out of his depth. Not only that, I can only imagine how many records he's broken. Yeah. How much wassa it will be. Mina has lost but I've lost it all, man. I blame that devil promo. Is never been the same since. Word to Drake, never been. It was nothing was the same after that stupid ad came out with Roy Keane and that white kit. Nothing's been the same since. Nothing's been the same. Rasmus was bullied. Let's talk about Rasmus. Let's actually talk about Rasmus Højlund, because I feel like his Champions League campaign has been the better part of his season for Manchester United. But since he hasn't really, when he doesn't score goals, he does nothing. When he's not scoring goals, he's not really doing nothing. Although today, there was a few times where he was making the right runs to take away Kim Min-jae or Upamecano, and as a result, there was a chance that actually fell to Scott McTominay. I don't even know what Scott did. I think he tried to pass it to Garnacho or something, which to me felt very pointless. But today, he was just out-muscled. He was just out-muscled, out-strength. Physically, you can't go for blow to blow with Upamecano and Kim Min-jae. You cannot go blow to blow with them for physicality. And he struggled. And he's a young boy compared to these grown men. He's a young boy. He's a young boy. So, of course, he still has a lot to learn. But I definitely feel like right now, the fact that it's rumoured that United want to go out and look for a new or a backup striker in the January window, bro, we spent 70 million on a potential. And this is why I said it, guys. I would rather buy a full out, ready-made striker than buying potential. Because your potential is either it works or it don't. It's a risk. It's a risk. This risk so far has been no goals in the Prem, a couple goals in the Champions League that mean nothing because we're out. You're gonna look back at the end of the season, yeah, and think, what has his goals done? And that's no criticism to him, by the way. I'm criticizing Manchester United for signing him. Bear in mind, I read an article by The Athletic that said that Erik ten Hag wanted Harry Kane. He wanted Harry Kane. He wanted to spend the big boy money that United were spending in the summer. He wanted it on Kane. And they said no. Whatever recruitment team that Manchester United have said Rasmus was the choice because of data analysts and all this stats and potential and risk versus reward, all this kind of stuff. And the fact that, to be honest, they would probably pay a lot more for Harry Kane, both in fees and wages. So they went for Rasmus Højlund. And you have to be patient. But I don't know how much more patient we can be than to think at least get one goal in the Prem. At least one goal. I'm just asking for one goal, even if it's one goal, just one goal, even if it's a tap-in. Today was just boys versus men when it came to him and and Bayern Munich's backline. If it wasn't Upamecano who was being very physical with him, it was Kim Min-jae. If it wasn't Kim Min-jae, it was Upamecano. And you know what? That's no criticism on him because he was trying his best. And the ref was legally blind. The ref was turning away from it all. But for me, it's more so a question to the manager and the club as to why they signed. Also, they signed him with a back injury. So you knew that he had a back injury, but you still signed him. Doesn't make sense. Højlund scores a tap-in against Liverpool 8-1 as we lose. And then I'm going to make it my thumbnail saying, Højlund gets his Premier League goal. I would take Ivan Toney right now. Who wouldn't? I would take Ivan. Ivan Toney is a proper number 9. And I'm hearing that he might be going to Arsenal on loan. in the January window because they're about to buy Raya on a permanent. And if they get Ivan Toney, that might be the missing piece to their puzzle. The difference in quality of our players compared to Bayern is clear to see for everyone. We're simply mediocre. For me, it's the fact that Bayern never stepped out of gear 2 at the best. Gear 2 at the best. They never left gear 2. At no point did I genuinely feel like Bayern would have scored against us. Only in the second half, because I feel like inevitably United just concede in the second half, no matter how good they are in the first half. And I just felt like in that instance, Bayern were not good today. And that's why I have a problem with the players. Because for me, it's like, okay, when your backs are against the wall, you still can't drop a good performance. You still can't have a good performance. Champions League football, final group stage match, Forget anything that happens in the other game. You just have to win. You just have to win. And everything else is in the hands of others. Just do your job. But you can't even do that. If you can't even do your job, how do you expect other people to do their job? That sounds like a proper African phrase. I can't lie. That sounds like a proper uncle thing to say. But if you can't do your job, how can you expect anyone else to do it? Honestly, how can you expect anyone else to do it? So for me, it's like, it's very I'm so I'm beyond disappointed. Actually, I can't even say I'm disappointed in the team or I'm disappointed in the players, because it's past the point of disappointment. I'm more so at the point of embarrassment. Like, it's embarrassing to finish rock bottom of a group in Champions League. Forget if it was a group, like it was like the group of death. You know, this Newcastle, PSG, Milan, Dortmund group. 1 win in 6 games in the Champions League. 1 win. And that was a 1-0 win. 1 seems to be the magic number here. Yeah? Rasmus Højlund's looking for 1 goal. We win 1 game. We score 1 goal. It's the magic number. Most of the games we've lost this season in the Champions League has been to 1 goal. 1 is the magic number at this point. It's actually the magic number. For me, it's disappointing. It's embarrassing. I'm done with like these players. This was the last time we see the Champions League in this format too. Pathetic exit, end of an era. Imagine what it's like when we have to play more than 4 people. Newcastle's first UCL campaign in 20 years, and they have more points than us in a group of death. Newcastle have put up a bigger fight in their group than we have. Have they conceded 15 goals? 15 goals in a group stage campaign, guys. 15 goals. And the fact that most of those goals came in 3 games. That's so bad. That's actually so embarrassing. Dropping points to Galatasaray, Copenhagen. Congratulations to Højlund's brother, because he's through. There's only 1 Højlund that went through today, and it ain't Rasmus. It's not Rasmus, that's for sure. Ten Hag is out of his depth. He needs to go. He made poor signings. He doesn't have the minerals. What does it mean when people say he doesn't have the minerals? Like, he ain't got the sauce. He's not good like that, basically. I always wonder, because I see that enough. I'm finally so unmoved tonight. I'm still patient or either mentally checked out. Maybe both. I was more so on the I was like this as well, but at this point I'm mentally checked out. I don't know how, for me, like, do you think even if United finish 4th in the group, do you think that somehow salvages the season? Because for me, if we finish 4th, that means we have to win pretty much most of our games now in the Premier League. Yeah? If you look at the end of the season and say, oh, we got 12 losses and then, oh, it's not bad. Realistically, though, how many more games are we going to lose? We've lost more games at this point of the season than we have won in all competitions. We're out of the Carabao Cup after what stage? Newcastle knocked us out. Their B team or their C team knocked us out, can we say? So we're out of the Carabao Cup. We're still in the FA Cup. I think we're playing Wigan or someone in the FA Cup. 6th in the Premier League. Negative goal difference. Out of the Champions League. Not even in Europe. So we're completely out. How many games are you guys saying that we lose in the Premier League throughout the rest of the season? How many? Because I think that would help me kind of gauge where United could possibly finish. Mina, will you go to Anfield and watch that in real life? You want me to have a heart attack? You want me to go into cardiac arrest? That's what you want. We'll probably lose 10. We've lost like 7 right now. Or we've lost like 7 in the Prem. So you're saying we're going to lose 10 more? 17. So saying that we're going to lose 10 more. Mina, I'm telling you, we're going to lose 15 games in the league this season. When was the last time United even lost that many games in the league? The funny thing is, United do not draw. We do not draw this season. It's either a loss. It's very black and white. It's either a loss or a win. It's one or the other. For me, it's like, at least salvage a point in a game. If we're losing, at least just try salvage it. And when we lose this season, guys, we lose with no dignity, guys. It's not like we last minute winner. It's trashy performances every single time. It's just trash. 14 goal difference has been abysmal for multiple seasons now. I don't know. We had 7 losses already. I was saying 10 total. I'm going to say 12 total. It's optimistic, I think, to say that we'd win, that we'll lose. I feel like United will. I don't know if Varane even coming back makes a big deal. I don't know. I don't know if Lisandro Martinez comes back and that makes a difference. I don't know if Amad Diallo joins the squad and that makes a difference. I think it'll make a difference for numbers because the manager has people that he can call on. But I don't see it making that heap of a difference. For me, you know, I think inevitably, I just think things are going to get worse. I think, you know, for this month, just if we talk about just this month, I feel like it's going to get worse. I think the manager is drowning very, very a lot. That don't even make sense. But grammatically, that makes no sense. But in my head, it makes sense. But the manager for me is drowning. He's drowning. He's out of his depth. These players are not good enough. They're not good enough. And we've been knowing this. We've been knowing this. I don't know. At this point, I don't see. I said this on the weekend. I don't know how the manager turns this around. I said maybe if he gets a win at Bayern and if we get a win up against Bayern and we somehow qualify for Champions League, that basically puts a bit of time on for him. But we're now out of the Champions League completely. We're out of European football completely. I don't think the Glazers care about the fact that this has been a horrible campaign. I think it's just the fact that there's no European football, so there's no money coming in. There's no money coming in next for the rest of the season. I think they care more about that. I think for next season, they'll care about whether we qualify. Once United is in a place where top 4 is out of reach and it's impossible, and United don't look like they're qualifying for Champions League, they ain't getting that Champions League money, he will probably get sacked. Once in the league, we're in a place where there's no possible coming back, I feel like the manager will get sacked. This month, that could happen. I'm not going to lie. I feel like if United lose every Premier League game this month, we could just fall lower and lower in the table. Nothing will ever be as bad as what's happening with Chelsea, but this is still not a good situation. And, you know, last season, United won the Carabao Cup. But realistically, after the Carabao Cup, we all know that the performances were not good. We kind of know that. Lost half of the home games. We've lost the same number of games at home that we've won, if that makes sense. We've won 7 games at home this season. We've lost 7 games at home this season. Old Trafford ain't a fortress if it's a 50% record. It's not a fortress. Not this season. Not this season. It's not a fortress when fans are leaving because they can't physically watch the rest of the game. They can't do it. They don't deserve it. Fans do not deserve to stand there in the cold in December time. Do you know how cold it is up north, guys? Do you know how cold it's cold in the south? Do you know how cold it is up north? It's so cold. They don't deserve to be standing there getting rained on. It's pouring rain. They don't deserve to be watching a performance where players are not even giving 100%. Today, I don't feel like they gave 100%. Except for the time when Garnacho gave 100% energy and throwing Koeman into the stand thing. I don't feel like they gave 100% because if they gave 100%, they would have created something. They would have tried to create something. One shot on target is a joke. In 5, that's a joke. Having a one shot Champions League must-win game and you have 1 shot on target, that's a joke. That's an absolute joke. And nobody can get behind that. I don't think anyone can make an excuse for that. No one can make an excuse for that. Because I can't. Please bring me someone who can see the positive in it. Because I can't see no positive in having 1 shot on target in a must-win Champions League game. I can't see that. Who is that on? Who do we blame that on? Let me ask you like that. Who do we blame that on? Do we blame it on the manager? Do we blame it on the players? Do we blame it on the opponent? Because I feel like defensively, Bayern were okay. But the wingers could have gone at their fullbacks a bit more. Mizraoui was poor in the first half. He was poor in the first. They hooked him. He got hooked. Tommy T hooked him at halftime. He was not good. But what was he still managing to do? Beat Luke Shaw. still managing to get past Luke Shaw, getting into spaces, putting balls across the box. No one got on the end of it. No one got on the end of it. But if someone did, could have been more. Could have been more goals. Even the poor player in their team was still causing problems for us. That says a lot. Garnacho wasn't running at Masraoui. He wasn't trying to take him on. But I do feel like sometimes Garnacho's, and I said this in a short that I made, that his decision making has not yet developed professionally, because he doesn't make, I don't feel like he makes the right decisions regularly. I feel like his decision making is honestly on level sometimes with what Rashford does. He tries too much to take on guys. Proper Abdi shuffle settings. Tries too much to dribble at a guy. Dribble past people, dribble through people, not make someone, whatever, cool. Sometimes there's no need for that. Sometimes they just keep it nice and simple. But again, I'm not going to pick him out, because I think entirely across the team, they were all crap. Amrabat is probably the only one, him and his shiny ass head, him and his bold ass head, him and his tattooed hairline. The guy got, how you got a hairline but you got no hair? That don't make no sense. But anyway, he's the only person. Sufyan Amrabat is the only person that could walk away positively with today's performance. Like, he can walk away positively. Definitely for the first 65-ish minutes before he kind of got gassed out, picked up a yellow, all of that kind of stuff. He was okay. He was good. In a lone role that he was doing, he was good. Again, hung out to dry. Erik ten Hag is a predictable manager, no plan B at all. I mean, you look at his bench today, he's got nothing on the bench. We had 2 goalkeepers. We had how many defenders? Wambi. We had 3 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 1 striker. That's it. He had nothing on the bench. Where was Donny van der Beek today, guys? Donny van der Beek wasn't even on the bench. Was he out injured? Was he? Because I saw that he's linked to a possible transfer, but was he out injured today? I just realized he was not on the bench. I know he was potentially going out on loan in January to Frankfurt, but he, again, wasn't even on the bench. I just realized now. Where's Amad Diallo? He's yet to... he's not match fit. He's back in training, but he's not even match fit. He's not match fit at all. Oh yeah, Donny isn't on the Champions League team. That's true. Look at that. Comes back to bite you in. So he's not in the Champions League team, but somehow Gore is, or academy. Maybe I don't understand. If you're on the academy Champions League team, are you automatically in your senior team as well? Is that the case? Big up to Anthony with the question. Says, rate Ten Hag in 5 aspects: signings, playing style, in-game tactics / structure, man management, character, inspiration. If he scores below 4 out of 10 on average, he has to go. Let's rate that, guys. Let's rate it. So let's go with the first one. I wish I had a white. Let me see if I can find a virtual whiteboard. Can I find a virtual whiteboard on here without having to download an app? Let's see. Let's see if I can open. Why you gotta make me? Why do I have to sign up for everything? What if I just want to draw? Or should I go on Paint and just draw stuff? Under 21s, I believe. Okay, that makes sense. Look at them. They're making me draw just everything. And they're making me sign up for an account with everything. What if I don't want to do that? Oh, there's even one on here. Okay. I think I might have figured it out, guys and girls. We can do it proper school style, innit? Let me do this. Number 1, signings. Look at this. I feel like I'm in school, guys. Playing style, and we can rate this together. Yeah, we're gonna do it all together as a family, as a community. This is what we're gonna do. In-game tactics / structure. I already know what I'm giving for half of these. I'm not gonna lie. I already know. Make sure you don't think long and hard about it, because you know this is gonna be the. We're gonna do votes. We're gonna do votes here. Man management. And then what's the last one? Character. Inspiration is an odd one because, like, are you trying to say is he an inspiring person? That's kind of difficult to kind of make that in a number. Okay, cool. I got this. Okay, let's get it, guys. Let's get it. Let's go. We're gonna start with number one, which would be the most obvious. I wish I could actually draw like it's a whiteboard. But let's start with should we go off? We'll go off his entire time. Let's go off his entire time at Manchester United. I think that's only right that we go off his entire time, because I think it would be harsh to rate him on just this season. I think that's kind of unfair. So let's start with signings. Ten Hag has made over 10 signings, both permanent and loan ones. The loan signings, I don't think any of them have been made good impressions, in my opinion. Weghorst, Sabitzer, Amrabat, that's the loan signings. And then who else is there? The permanent signings. Freeze, let's go on a free. Johnny Evans, Ericsson. So that's 5 signings already. And then we've got Anthony, we've got Lisandro Martinez, we've got Malacia, Casemiro, we've got Rasmus Højlund, Reguilon's another loan signing, Mason Mount, Andre Onana. That's a lot of signings, guys. That is a lot of signings. That's a lot of signings. And the fact that none of today, out of all of his signings, 3 played out of 11? 3 played? So I think I'll give him a 3. I think I'll give him a 3 out of 10. Let me know if you guys agree. If you don't, let me see what you lot are saying in the chat, actually. I would give him a 3 out of 10. Has to be a 2. Too many dead signings. 3 out of 10 signings. 3 out of 10. 2 out of 10. Okay, 3 out of 10. 2 out of 10. Okay, so everyone's going around the same. So let's go with 2.5. We'll go with 2.5. I don't like doing halves, but it's because I'm literally like, you lot are 50-50. Playing style. Let's talk about his playing style. We take Sidorf says 5 out of 10. I don't know what Sidorf is on. I'm gonna go 2.5 out of 10. Let's go with playing style. So let's base him off of his time at Manchester United. We're not talking about Ajax or any of that stuff. We're talking about solely his time at Manchester United. Because I've seen a few moments of his playing style implemented. Not much. This season, haven't seen it at all. I don't think it's been good enough for what we were sold. The idea that we were getting under the manager. For that reason, I would say playing style, and based on the fact that you've brought the players that you want or the players that you need and you still haven't kind of implemented that, I would say 3 out of 10. I would say a 3 out of 10. Just because I don't think we've seen much yet from the way that, like, maybe there's more to come. But as of right now, I don't think I've seen anything. 1 out of 10. 2 out of 10 playing style, 2.5 out of 10. Suleiman says 5. Everyone's emotional right now. This is to be expected. I'm not emotional, guys. One thing I'll say is once I turn the TV off, that's it. Like, this season, my emotions are not all over the place. I'm very rational with my thinking. And that's why I always say to you, I will never come here and scream and shout and be like, Ten Hag out, he has to go, he's this, he's that. I will think about both sides of the coin. I will think about the benefits of having him as a manager and also what I've picked up on, which is the negatives, in my opinion. And that's why I say let's not be too reactionary. If you take last season into consideration, you can edge it to a 3. That's true. It's the fact that last season, we saw a lot of that playing style. We saw it definitely more than we've seen it this year. So that's why I went with 3. In-game tactics and structure. Again, last year we saw it. We did see it at some points during the season. Not so much towards the later end of the season and not so much now. I feel like when it comes to tactical changes in a game, he's like a deer in headlights. He's like Wan-Bissaka when it comes to attacking. It's just like, it's clueless. It gives me the vibe that he's clueless. So for that reason, I give him a 2 out of 10. Just because, again, I see nothing. I don't see any benefit. I don't see anything good. Sidolf says 4 out of 10 for playing style. Sidolf's kind of nice with the ratings. Overall, no more than like -3, like our goal difference. I'm giving him 2 out of 10 for in-game tactics. Man management, he gets a 1. He gets a 1 for that. He gets a 1 just because I feel like, you know, the Varane thing, the Sancho thing, the Ronaldo thing, the De Gea thing, for me, it's just way too much. It's way too much. Sintu says, OMG, in-game tactics, 9 out of 10. I would love to know why you think it's a 9 out of 10. I think 2 out of 10 is being harsh. Maybe I'll give him a 3. I feel like yeah, it's a bit harsh. Yeah, but for me, man management is the lowest. I might even give him a 0. I don't. Maybe, you know, maybe the way that is there any situations that he's actually handled well in the club so far? Maybe the Ronaldo situation, again, he handled it well, but even then, that's still you falling out with a player. I think the way that the Sancho thing has not helped. The Varane thing, you lied to us and just lied. So for me, yeah, man management thing. Character, he gives me a likable vibe. He gives me a likable idea. The idea I get from him, sorry, is very like, he gives me likable vibes. But again, that's just my opinion. Everyone might have a different opinion. So I think it's difficult to kind of judge his character because we only know from what we see in the press conferences and, you know, his demeanor, his personality, all of that kind of stuff. That's I think character is a bit harsh to judge. Maybe we should more say personality. I think personality might be a better term to use. For me, he seems like he's a very blunt person. He's a very straightforward person, but he lies a lot, so that brings him down a little bit. For me, he's very stubborn. That brings you down a bit. So personality, solely for that, I would give it 5. I would give it a 5 because I don't think he's an evil person, but I don't think he's a truthful person. I just think he's kind of in the middle. So this is kind of what we have in terms of ranking him. Let me see what the average is. Let me see what the average is. If my maths is good. Damn. It's not really a good average. That's not a good average. That's not a good average. Guys, it's not looking good. Yeah, that is not a good average. That is not a good average. I'm not even gonna read the average out, guys. I am not even going to read the average out because that average is embarrassing to be heard out loud. That is actually embarrassing. It's like a 1.5, guys. It's like a 1.5. It's literally like a 1.5. It just, you see, that's a you. That's you know. Oh my god! It's, you know, this is the perfect way for me to summarize. Yeah, Ten Hag this season. If you guys know this meme, yeah, this is the only way I can summarize Ten Hag this season, guys. Do you guys know this meme? If you guys know this meme, if you guys saw this video circulate in the internet, yeah, this video, if you guys know this is the only way I can summarize how United and Ten Hag are doing this season. That is I just should just make this picture like the background of my streams going forward. That's it. That's the only way to summarize it. Literally, 1.5 is the average for him, which means it's not a good rating. That is not a good rating for the manager. But that's just based on us. That's just based on our discussion and our conversation. But it kind of puts everything into perspective. It kind of puts, oh my god, who the hell is this? How's somebody saying I'm an undercover Liverpool fan? Oh my god. Did someone make a fake account of me? Damn, put user in timeout. Goodbye. Don't worry, I dealt with that spam. Damn. Not come on, like out of all the teams that you're saying that I'm an undercover fan of. Come on, guys. Yeah, I dealt with the spam, don't worry. I actually don't think there's enough mods in the chat, so I should add a few more people as well. We're just having fun, and someone is just not happy with what I said. Someone is not happy with what I said. Don't worry, it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. Shit happens. Shit happens. But you guys know what it is. Listen, Manchester United are out of the Champions League. Ain't really much more to say on that. Ain't really much more to say on that. The worst run that the manager has had in a competition, that's, I think it's safe to say, it's the worst campaign post Sir Alex Ferguson. It's the worst campaign post Sir Alex Ferguson. Worst campaign since 05-06. You guys know what it is. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with a stream and call-in show coming probably on Thursday. You guys know what it is. Be sure to hit the like button. We'll be back on Friday as well. Show with Saeed, post-game stuff, pre-game stuff over the weekend as well. We got women content as always, post-game stuff after the Liverpool game. Content's coming. Content's coming completely. You guys know what it is. Until next time, guys, it's your girl Mina. You guys know what it is. Hit the like button.